This your girl Queen Queasy, the flyest chick out the 504. And make sure you guys subscribe to Crypto Geezy's YouTube channel.
What's up, y'all? Make sure y'all subscribe to my guy channel, Crypto G.
If you ain't already, go follow Crypto Geezy on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that. Tell them I sent you.
What's up? It's your girl Mickey Michelle, the one and only. Look, don't forget to go subscribe to my boy Crypto Jesus, because you know what it is. He keeps all the heat. Peace.
No, bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. And that's something we need to remember. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. I ain't no nigga bigger than the program.
What's Sam? Crypto Geezy in the building, man. And look who I got in here, man. You know what I do is I let everybody introduce themselves. So go ahead and let the people know who do I have sitting on the brown couch. Let's start there.
Hey guys, I am C Love, and if you guys tune in to 3Ps in a podcast, you might know me from there.
And 3Ps in the podcast is a part of what my bro do. Shout out to George, man. Y'all know our relationship, man, go way back. Shout out to him and the 3Ps in the podcast. You know what? We're going to start straight talking about that. That's going to be something to talk about. So since, 3Ps in a podcast, let me ask you something. How did you and George Thomas link up and decide to start a podcast together?
It was random. So me and George, we go way back, or Trinity Team 504. We go way back. Started off as co-workers. We were both in relationships. I think he was just starting to date his wife. I, at the time, was just starting to date my ex-husband. We got married at the same time, ended up having kids around the same time. And that's kind of how we became friends. We were coworkers. We would work out together. And just between us three, with Mike, Trinity Team, and myself, we always had like these random ass conversations. And so I was like, man, it would be dope if we just came up with a podcast and just discuss everything, anything and everything with no filter. And one day we were at work and they were just like, we're going to film today. And that's kind of what happened. It's been a little bit over a year now.
Okay, so 3Ps in a podcast means it's three of y'all. So it's you, George, and who else?
Mike Larry.
And how Mike Larry came into the picture?
Mike was more George's friend, Trinity Team's friend. And that's kind of how he came about. So I met him through George, and we were just all just working out. And he's more like the funny type, and between the dynamic of us three is just kind of different. We joke around, we get each other, and that's just kind of the energy that he brings. Just more the funny type, not so serious. And then George is more the Christian type and kind of tries to lead us the right way. And I'm just really raw and unfiltered. I don't give a damn. So that's the input that I give in, just single mom lifestyle things.
So what's the chemistry between you, George, and Mike Larry on camera versus off camera?
I would say it's the same, exactly the same. There's nothing that we kind of don't fake the funk on camera or off camera. We definitely talk throughout the week on a consistent basis. We're discussing topics and things like that. We work very well together, if I may say. And it doesn't even feel like work. It just feels like friends talking to each other.
So George broke down what each part y'all play in the podcast. Let me hear what you say. What your part is, what George's part is, and what Mike Larry part is.
So Mike Larry is the younger. He's supposed to be the younger version. He's in his 30s. He's younger than we are. And he's just he's funny. He brings the funny out of things. He'll joke around with Trinity Team, and just their dynamic is cool. And I'm closer to Trinity Team, so me and him, we kind of have our little inside jokes and our dynamic too. And Trinity Team he's like the guider. He's kind of like, I see him as my brother, so I always go to him for like advice. And so I'm just kind of like, hey, with random ass questions, whether it has to do with relationships or anything like that. Like I said, he's married, so I'll go to him for advice or just questions that I have. And so he kind of serves that for the podcast. And me, I'm just a single, independent woman, just kind of doing it on her own and just trying to figure out, an avenue for dating or making room for just being a businesswoman, being a single mom, and just kind of doing it all on her own. The modern woman, I would say, lifestyle. So that's what I give.
So I caught something in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and attack it. You said you're single. What I know and how you came into my eyes was you was doing a blind date with the crew. They was gonna set you up with somebody. What's the status of that right now?
Oh, I kind of put it on hold. I think I try to dabble in it and see if I had time to date and get out there and know people, and I just kind of don't have the time for it. I have an 8 to 5. I have my small business. Like I said, I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids, and I'm also in school pursuing my nursing degree. So I'm just really overwhelmed and busy with my schedule as it is. So it's hard to pencil someone in for a date or anything like that. And when I do manage to make the time for it, then they got to be someone special. But
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So let's get back to the podcast questions. Let me get your honest opinion. Who carries the most energy on set? You, George, or Mike Larry?
I think I do. Because the guys sometimes have off days. I'm like, your typical woman, right? They always say that every great president has to have like a great woman to support them. And so I feel like I kind of support both of them. Not everyone has a good day, but I'm just kind of like, we got to do this podcast. This is what we're talking about today, and just kind of keep everything organized and in order. Men usually are not organized and they're kind of all over the place. So I just kind of come up with like the structure and how we're going to roll out our topics and things like that. So yeah, if one's feeling down, I try to kind of pick up the energy and get us all in tune.
Okay. Have any of y'all three ever argued or disagreed about an episode or topic?
Yes. Yeah, not all the topics make it to the forefront. Okay. We kind of spend the entire week just kind of, hey, so my thing was everyone has to come up with 3 topics. And I think on every podcast, we end up doing around 4 to 5 topics. So not every topic comes up to the forefront. Being 3 each would be 9. And so not all of them make it. So sometimes I'll just be like, or this already passed, or it's not relevant. So we do try to cater to our viewers and things that they would want to talk about. That's why we always kind of say, comment, let us know how you feel. So that we can kind of cater to everyone and we stay on top of everything.
Okay. So 3 P's in a podcast. If you can give us this description on how y'all stand out, how would you tell us how y'all stand out from the other podcasts?
I think we stand out because we're given like real life experiences and we try to place ourselves into those topics or what would we do. We definitely try to stay current with all of our current events. And like I said, I think our personalities are different than everyone else's that's out there.
So has working with George and Mike Larry changed the way you see men, media, or the industry?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
For sure. Because George is married and I know his wife on a personal basis. We'll go out. I know a lot of people may think contrary of what it is. But yeah, George is married. I am friends with his wife. And our kids are friends. They, at one point, were going to the same school. And me and his wife, we would meet up and have brunch and things and kind of have like a girls' day. So yeah, we're really good friends, beyond the podcast and everything else. George knows my entire family. His wife, his kids come to my family events, my birthday parties. So my mom, my dad, my brothers, they all know George. So yeah, we do have a personal friendship outside of the podcast.
What about Mike Larry?
Mike is more George's friend.
Okay.
I don't have much of a personal relationship with Mike. We talk, but I would say Mike is more like a business partner. We talk more about when we do talk. It's more about the podcast and things like that. Nothing personal regarding our kids and our families and stuff like that.
Okay. Out of the three of y'all, who's most likely to say something that'll go viral or cause a controversy?
I think Mike Larry.
Okay. What's one behind the scenes moment fans will be shocked to know about all y'all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that would be shocking. I think what you see is kind of what you get.
Okay.
Yeah.
If George and Mike Larry disappeared for a week and you had to run the show solo, how would you keep that same energy?
I think I would be able to carry the energy pretty well. Like I said, I try to cater to our viewers. I'm more raw and like uncut. Like I'm just kind of like a realist, and I want to get like that real energy and feedback from our viewers too. I would say George, he's more kind of like the tamer, right? He's the Christian, and he's gonna give you like the biblical ways and things like that. And I'm just kind of like, well, I'm not all the way saved. I go to church, but I'm not all the way saved. So not everything I do is right, but I think that I can be very relatable to everyone.
Okay, so let me ask you something. This is the last question on the podcast. What's the vision for the podcast? Are you trying to go mainstream, keep it raw, or build your own lane?
No, I definitely want to go mainstream and just kind of get out there and be noticed. I want growth. I want us to do just time does not permit it, but I eventually want us to do charities. I eventually want us to blog, us doing events together and things like that. But like I said, George is married, Mike has his family, I have my two kids, so the time just does not permit that. But I would like for us to go out and kind of get more personal with the audience. I would like to maybe sometimes go live and have some of our viewers chime in and give us their input on stuff, and maybe have guests on our shows. We've had a few guests on our shows too, a few times, but just finding the availability for all of that is what's restricting us from kind of growing.
Okay. So what we about to do now? We about to get in your business. You said you were single. You don't have the time for a man right now. We understand you got a lot going on. Got the cut water, I see. You got you some cut water. Let's start there. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to lay up there and tell me how you feel about this. What's more dangerous, a woman in love or a woman fed up?
Ooh, a woman in love.
Elaborate.
I think a woman in love would go to any extent to kind of prove a point, right? You just they say that there's nothing worse than a woman that's scorned, and I think in order to have a woman that's scorned needs to be a woman who's in love.
When the last time you feel you was in love?
It's been a while.
Mm.
It's been a while. It's probably I think I was madly in love with my ex-husband. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think a man should pay for everything, or is he serious for everything, or if he's serious about you?
No, not necessarily. I think, like I said, I'm very modern when it comes to things. So I believe that in order to grow in a relationship, I believe every marriage and every relationship is more of a partnership, and I always tell this to George. It's a partnership, right? You kind of have to pay attention to his needs. Like I wanna study my man, and when he walks through the door, I want to know him enough to where I know how his day's been just by looking at him or just by the way he walks through the door. So I fully believe when my man is down, I have to bring him up. And it's not definitely, oh, he has to pay for everything. If I'm working, then I want to take my man out too. I feel like we should kind of make it normal. You know, men need to be catered to too. And other than like cooking and cleaning and things like that, like, hey, let me take you out. You know, let me do something nice for you other than birthdays and Christmas. Things like that. I feel like men definitely need to feel special as well.
Okay, so for the people that's watching, let me ask you something. What's your type? What's the kind of guy that can kind of like, okay, I want him? What's his type?
I would say my type, I'm not a visual. I'm not, oh, he has to have this or that. I'm more internal. Like if your heart's in the right place, if your emotions are in the right place, if you treat me well, you respect my kids, then you're that guy.
So there's no look. You don't need like you might need a tall guy, your preference or nothing like that. You just any if he's into you, you're into him. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. What's something you done out of jealousy that you'll never admit until now? Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, I've never been jealous though. I've never been jealous over anyone. I'm more kind of like, hey, if you can have them, if you can take them from me, then so be it. You know, he wasn't for me. I don't have any jealousy. I think all women are beautiful. Yeah, I think women are just kind of the most beautiful species on this planet. So no, I don't have any jealousy.
Okay. What's your definition of being submissive, and is it a bad word to you?
No, I think all women should be submissive to their husbands. And I feel like that's what we're supposed to do, right? We have to allow our men to be men and put us in our feminine era and make me want to be submissive. I definitely want to be respected outside, and you know what they say, a lady in the streets, you know, a freak in the bed. So I definitely think that women should be submissive and cater to their men to their liking.
Okay. Would you rather a man be honest and hurt you or lie and protect your feelings?
Honest and hurt me.
Okay, you ready for the pain? So I got this thing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. I have this thing I always say. I say some women love to be fucked and fucked over. What you think about that?
I think it's somewhat true. Yeah. Cause yeah, fuck me good, but don't fuck me over, you know? That's not, hell no.
But what I say is fucked and be fucked over. So
Oh, both.
yeah.
I wouldn't say and be fucked over because it's like I feel like women, we're more emotional. We're more emotional, so I feel like don't fuck me over. You know, do me however you want to do me, you know, like in the bedroom and things like that. But I mean, don't fuck me over because I'm really big like on loyalty and things like that. So it's just like don't fuck me over because I'm not gonna fuck you over.
So I'm asking this because I want to know, like, y'all program, and that's the word I use, program. Y'all are programmed to take outside kids, take women texting y'all, and think about it. So if you was to get pregnant, you in a relationship with a man and you get pregnant, you think that man gonna stay with you? But then if he has an outside kid with you, and you'll stick around, y'all. Most women stick around and love that man and stick beside him. Why do you think it's like that?
It could be one or two things. Either the woman thinks that she can't do better or find someone else, or she really, really loves him and she's willing to accept his flaws and his mistakes and forgive and forget type of thing. It happened to me. I wasn't able to do it. I wasn't. So I can't understand that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think men cheat because they're unhappy or they're just undisciplined?
I think men cheat because they're undisciplined. I feel there's always a woman out there who's willing to give herself to your man or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a man, so I'm still trying to understand it too. I was cheated on and I never understood it, but I constantly ask why. You know, what was I lacking? What did I do wrong? Just kind of like, well, I want to make sure I don't make these mistakes again, type of thing. But I didn't get much feedback. It was like nothing, nothing. And so I feel like the opportunity was there, you took it, and the opportunity kept approaching itself. So you kept saying yes to it, despite having a family and a wife at home and things like that.
Let me ask you this. When you're really into someone, how do you show it without saying it?
I won't say it. I have a hard time, and I'm just realizing this. I have a hard time admitting that I like someone. I'll kind of be like, maybe I do, maybe I don't. So I'll probably never admit it. I'm more of an actions person because I'm past the verbal. So it's like, show me. So I'm showing, and I love to cook. So if I'm already asking, what do you like to eat? And I'm already trying to cook for you, then that's how I express my love. So I'm already catching feelings if I'm trying to cook for you.
Okay. Is it possible for a woman to be too independent for a relationship to work?
No. I feel like a strong man will accept a woman's independence and won't be intimidated. I have always made more money than the men that I've dated. So I just feel like a man that's confident and sure of himself will kind of still be able to put an independent woman in their feminine era.
Okay. This is a good one. What's a secret fantasy or goal you haven't told anyone because they wouldn't understand?
A secret fantasy or goal? I wouldn't say it's a secret though.
Elaborate.
I think I still want like my perfect family. I still want my perfect husband. I want to have somebody that I can cater to on a daily basis. I want to be able to trust my man and be able to pour into him and have him pour into me and us just kind of grow. Like, what are your dreams? What are my dreams? And let's do it. And let's not be afraid to do it and have someone to just kind of say, "You know what? I'm with you till the end." That's it. Security.
Okay. What's something you wish men would stop assuming about women?
I think men assume a lot that we want them to pay for everything. Not every woman is like that. So yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. So you not a type that just want a man to pay for everything. You'll meet him halfway.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your take on 50-50?
I don't think it should be 50-50.
What you think it should be?
I feel like it should probably be 70-30.
And which way?
I feel like he needs to do 70 and I'm going to do 30. Only because the mortgage is probably going to be the most expensive of our things. So pay the mortgage. Because I'm going to more than likely do the groceries. I'm going to more than likely make sure we save for family vacations and trips and things like that. So yeah, you worry about the mortgage and those things because I know that's going to be the most expensive. And I kind of call the vacations and things like that, the small things. And so yeah, so I'll do the 30.
So let me ask you something. What's your nationality? What's so people can know who you are?
I'm from South America, Peru. I'm Peruvian.
Okay, so what's your type? Do you date black men?
I do.
Are you into what would your preference be? A black man? Like if it was a black man and a white man standing next to each other, who would it be?
It would definitely be a black man.
If it was a black man and a Spanish man standing next to each other, who would it be?
Probably a black man.
Okay, so you're into black.
Yeah.
Okay, that's you just.
So maybe I do have a preference.
Okay, it's given. It's given. So before I go to these next questions, I want to ask you something. If you describe yourself for my followers, my people that's watching, if you could give us a nice little description of you, What would you say?
Um, I'm very down to earth. I know people see me and people will assume, oh, she's snobby, or women will look at me and feel intimidated. But it's like, I'm a girl's girl. You know, like I'm for men, I'm for women. Um, I love to like help women out if they're insecure. I like to bring women up. I mean, I think there's not a day that goes by to where I don't compliment a woman, whether it's about her makeup, her hair, her outfit. I feel like as women, we need to lift each other up more. So yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. When it comes to attraction, is it more about energy or looks for you?
Energy.
What's the biggest turn on that has nothing to do with sex?
I'm a sapiosexual. So just if you can teach me something, be smarter than me. I'm very attractive to somebody's mind, how they think, their goals. I'm very goal driven. So if you have goals for yourself, I'm gonna automatically be attracted to that.
Okay. Let me see what we got for you. Have you ever stayed with someone just because the chemistry was too strong or to walk away?
Yeah, my ex-husband. Yeah, my ex-husband. I felt like I probably stayed longer than I should, and that's kind of how I knew I was in love, because before that, I feel like I wasn't fully in love. But with him, I was willing to accept flaws. I kind of lowered my standards. Um, yeah.
What's one red flag you ignored because the vibe was too good?
um, availability. Availability. I would say if the vibe is good, but you're not available to either, plan those dates or spend time together and things like that, I would probably ignore it, kind of make excuses for it and say, oh, well, he's busy. It's okay, if the vibe is good.
Do you really think women really want a good man or just one they can control?
Um, I don't know. It depends, because if it's a dominant woman who does not want to be submissive, then she's going to want to have that control. But I think, because I'm a dominant woman, I'm very alpha female, but I do believe that every alpha female wants to be put in their femininity. I don't think we wake up every day saying, oh, well, I always want to take over and pay bills and things like that. I think we do want to be submissive to the right person, and I think the right man will put us in that vulnerability.
Do you think women really want a good man or just one they can control?
I think we want a good man.
Define a good man to you.
A good man is someone who is available emotionally available. I think, yeah, a good man is somebody who's emotionally available.
Quick question. Would you date a man that work at McDonald's?
I would.
Okay. Would you
Yeah.
date a man that still stay with his mother?
Uh, I would.
Would you date a man that doesn't have a car?
I would.
Okay, you all for him, huh?
Yeah, because I feel like material things come and go. I feel like if we're dating, I'm gonna pour into you to where you're gonna want to do better, right? If you live with your mom, you're gonna want to move out with your mom at some point and probably move in together. If you don't have a car, I feel like I'm gonna feed into you, and you're gonna be like, damn, I have this girl. I need a car, so you're gonna want to go get the car. I feel like materialistic things are very replaceable. But like I said, as long as your heart is in a good place, you have good morals, then we can definitely make it through.
Could you handle a man who leads and tells you no sometimes?
I want a man who leads and tells me no. I wanna date somebody who's not afraid to tell me no. Because like I said, I'm very alpha female. And so a man who can sometimes tell me, girl, shut the fuck up. You know, I got it, is very attractive to me. It's just kind of like, okay. And it's going to take me a minute because I'm not used to it. Not too many men can do that. I'm more kind of like, I have to know. I have to know what's wrong. I have to know because I'm a fixer. I like to fix everything. But if you can kind of be like, I got it, then I'm definitely going to step back and be like, all right, you got it.
When you like somebody, what's your first move? Flirt, test, or wait?
I wait.
Do you believe in soul ties or just a good game mixed with good timing?
I do believe in soul ties.
What's one thing a man can do to make you instantly lose interest?
Treat me like a booty call.
Who?
Like a booty call.
Elaborate.
I feel like I'm definitely more than that. I just feel like don't just give me your nighttime hours of availability. Like, if you're not proud to be out with me in the daytime, then why the fuck are we seeing each other at night? You know, so I just kind of feel like there's just a level of respect. I feel like if a man really appreciates you and respects you, he'll give you the time and put in the effort of his availability.
What if his schedule is crazy? What if he just worked, a night shift and that's all he got when he get off? When he get off at night, he just has a lot going on and he's only available at night.
Everyone's gonna make time for what they want.
But it's his job. You gotta, this is how he provides. This is how he pays his bill. This is his job. He has a schedule that's just set, and he can't do nothing but work this schedule unless, you gonna take care of him. But this is what he do because he want to be his own provider. He don't want to depend on nobody. How do you look at that and let that not affect you feeling like you don't have time?
I'm not a big numbers girl, but we definitely have 7 days a week. There's 24 hours in those 7 days a week. We're not working 7 days a week.
What if he is?
If you are, then I would probably try to understand that. But if it has logic, then I get it. And if he doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, you have to take a day off. There's time in between. And then especially if you're making time for other things, it's just like, okay, those are your priorities. I'm obviously not that priority. So this isn't our time. And so I would just kind of let it be.
What if let me put me for example. I just worked a double yesterday. I came in, I did 8 to 4 in the evening. Got off, I couldn't sleep, came back, went back in at 12 at night it was supposed to be 8. I was so tired I had to leave at 7 in the morning. What would you say to a person that is really getting to his money? He's trying to make things happen, but he just don't have the time. Like, how would you make that work?
I would make it work. I would make it work, whether it's creeping in the middle of the night or just kind of making sure you get a good rest. I love to cook, whether it's giving you a good meal. I would definitely be understanding of the busy schedule. I get it because I don't have time. I'm always working. I go to school. I have my kids. I have my business. And so it's just, I get a busy schedule, but I just feel like you're never too busy for the things that you want to do.
Okay. Let me ask you something. We get into the nitty gritty now. Let's talk bedroom stories. In the bedroom, would you like you to be in control or the man to be in control?
I would say both. I definitely like to be dominated, but I do enjoy being the dominatee at times.
Okay. What's the biggest turnoff for you?
Being treated like a booty call. I would say that's my biggest turn off. Anything else I can do.
So when are you into women?
No,
So you wouldn't do a threesome if your man wanted to be with another a woman?
I wouldn't be opposed to it if I was able to pick her.
Okay, so you into it.
I think women are beautiful. So, yeah, definitely like, okay, let me see what your type is. And then, all right, I'm going to show you what my type is. So, yeah, it could definitely work out.
I asked this question to all the women I have sit on this couch. I saw some on Instagram and it said most women always fantasize about being penetrated by two men at the same time. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know about all women. There could be some truth.
You so do have you ever thought about that?
I mean, I've thought about it.
You thought about it. So
Maybe.
you would be into be penetrated by two men at the same time.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Tell me a sexual fantasy you have.
Probably that.
Okay. All right. These days we in 2025. Most men like to be what's the word? Ate. Let's say that. Would you eat a man from the back? Would you eat his ass?
I definitely believe that with the right man, not every man, I believe with your husband, with your guy, I'm very strong on there's no rules in the bedroom. So whatever it takes to satisfy my man, I'm willing to do, and whatever satisfies me, I hope he's willing to do.
What satisfy you?
I don't know. A good time, a good vibe. I think a good vibe.
Does size matter?
No.
Would you be okay if he got him and you didn't get you?
If it's repeatedly or it's often, probably yes. Because it's like at this point you're being selfish. Because if I'm doing what it takes to please you, then you should definitely try to do the work to please me.
What's another good question to ask you? Would you accept a man that had a kid on you?
My ex-husband had a kid on me.
Okay. Did you accept it?
I did. And so she, don't want to talk about her too much, but she did not have custody of her first child. So we wanted another kid. We already had my daughter. And so the cheating happened when I was pregnant. And so we both were pregnant at the same time. And we for sure wanted another child. So his thing was like, we'll just have this child, and that's kind of our other child. And so I'm really big on my kids. Like I'm a mom. I'm a present mom. Mm-hmm. And I love kids. And for a minute I was okay with it. Like I loved him that much to where I was just like, you know what? All right. Let's take this kid, and if she's not willing to financially take care of this child, then we'll raise this child together. I just could not get past the infidelity. I could not get past him coming home to me every day telling me that he loves me, but yet he was cheating and he was creating his own family somewhere else. So it was I just couldn't get past that. And even though he still wanted us to be together and work things out, I couldn't forgive and forget. So it's that betrayal, and I'm really, like I said, I'm really big on loyalty. So it's just like, man, I was loyal. I did what I had to do as a woman and as a wife. So yeah, I couldn't understand the cheating.
Okay. Have you ever cheated?
I did.
Give us a little story on that.
Years ago, I was very young. I think I was in my 20s. And I was engaged. And yeah, so my ex-fiance, he was a dope dealer, and he was never home at night. and he was always gone, always gone. And so we were engaged, we lived together, and I was just kind of like, I guess feeling lonely, and I don't know, I guess fun fact, I don't know. So I was a dancer. I was a dancer at a strip club.
Okay.
He was selling dope. And yeah, I met someone there. And so he would sometimes go to the strip club. I would help him work or whatnot. And we kind of ran the business there. And so I did meet somebody there. And kind of made up for lost time, right? Like he wasn't home at night and he was always gone and he was always hustling and things like that. So yeah, I did cheat and I saw how it hurt him. And that's kind of what made me say like I could never do this again. So after that I never did it again.
Okay, so do you feel you love hard?
I do.
Are you affectionate?
Very.
What's your favorite position?
Probably from the back.
Okay. Are you a talker?
I can be.
What's a sexual fan? Oh, you said the two men.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the wildest place you think you had sex at?
A movie theater.
Yeah? Can you elaborate? Please elaborate this for me, because I don't know how you can do that one. In the while you watching the movie?
Yeah.
Can you kind of elaborate?
We sat at the very back. I was still young. So yeah, we went to a movie and I just felt like the time was right. I had a skirt on, so it was just like, why not?
Okay. Do you feel you're a pleaser?
I am.
Tell me how affectionate are. Give me an example how affectionate you feel you are.
I want to be on you all the time. I'm very affectionate. Like I'm just kind of my man type. So yeah, I'm very affectionate. The whole holding hands in public.
Okay.
All of that.
What's the biggest turn on a man could give you without touching you?
His mind, his mental, where his mind's at.
Do you think women enjoy sex more than men or mentally or physically?
Yes, because we're more emotional, and I feel like women, we're not going to sleep with the man unless the chemistry is right. So yeah, I definitely feel it's all about chemistry, and that's kind of how you create soul ties.
What's something freaky you like that most men don't expect?
I don't know.
You don't want to elaborate, huh? You don't want to get too detailed. When do you know a man really knows your body? What's the sign?
When we can have sex without me having to guide him or having to take over. When he knows kind of how to handle me.
Do you believe some men need to do foreplay before sex?
I feel like men should make sure their woman is turned on before sex. I'm not sure, because foreplay might not turn every woman on. You know, she might just want to get to it. So it's important to understand your partner, their needs, and what turns them on.
Would you rather a quick round that's crazy good or an hour that's just okay?
Probably a quick round that's crazy good.
How long should foreplay really last before it turns into a job interview?
I don't think it should last that long. I think foreplay should be let it serve its purpose and let's get to it.
Have you ever faked it?
I have.
If it was a time you have a sex session, that's what I call it, a sex session. How many times would you want it in one night?
Ooh. I can be a bit of an info. And I
Okay.
can probably do a few times. Like I'm going to want it probably at night, when we wake up in the morning. If you have time during a lunch break, come home. I don't know. My ideal thing, like I don't know. I think sex is a good thing, and whatever it takes to please my man, then let's do it.
Okay. Who usually catches feelings first after good sex, men or women?
Women,
Do you think sex get better with emotional connection, or sometimes it's better when it's just raw?
emotional connections,
Can you tell when a man's sleeping with multiple women just by how he moves with you?
for sure.
What's something you've done in bed that surprised even you?
Probably, I can't.
You can't what? I thought you. Nah, I asked you before I sent you the questionnaire. Ask whatever. What's up?
Probably eat a man's ass.
Damn. Okay. Have you ever had sex regret, and what made you realize it?
Ooh, yeah, I have had sex regret.
Give a elaborate.
um, it was just kind of, I think it was just kind of like I'm bored type of thing, single for a long time, let's just do it. And then it was just kind of like, why the fuck did I do that?
How do you feel about recording or being recorded? Is that a no go or a trust thing?
I think it's a trust thing. I think we should all, um, with the right person, with our partners, I think we should all be able to record our own flicks and have something to look back on.
Do you think social media ruined real deal intimacy?
I think so.
Why do you say that?
Because just everyone, I'm not a big social media person. I'll post here and there. Not there for the views or the likes or anything like that. But I feel like some people who don't handle social media will kind of post the wrong things. I don't care too much for it. Never have.
Would you ever let a man have a hall pass under any circumstances?
Probably. It depends what the hall pass is. Like, I'm kind of open. I feel like if you came to me and you kind of said, damn, I think this chick is fine. And it's just like, all right, well, let's fuck her, type of thing. Or, I feel I'm really big on communication. So I feel like if you're honest with me, I'm going to be completely honest with you. And if we understand each other and if it works for our relationship, then let's do it.
Okay. Well, I think you kind of gave us a great definition of you. Let the people know all your social media, the YouTubes, the podcast, the Instagram. Give us everything. So if anybody that's looking to find you, where they can find you at?
You can find me I do have my YouTube channel, Cooking with C Love. I'm on 3 P's in a podcast on YouTube, so you can find me there, both avenues through YouTube. Cooking with C Love, it's with underscores in between. I do have a TikTok, Mommy de Jamila, and I do have an Instagram, but it's more personal Instagram. I don't have a business one. Okay. So I don't add everyone on my Instagram, but yeah.
Any shout outs you want to give?
I want to say just shout out to 3 P's in the podcast. I think we're in a good place. I think we're finally getting our views and we're growing and we're thriving slowly but surely. So definitely view, subscribe, like, comment. We're all for it. And we're kind of here to serve you guys.
What time can they catch y'all?
We do the podcast once a week. The guys cater to my schedule.
Okay.
So it's really on when I have a day off, when I have free time. We usually do once a week, and we try to post by the Friday of every week. Okay. So we view on a Wednesday. If we record on a Wednesday or Thursday, it'll be posted by that Friday.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say before we end this interview?
It was a pleasure being here. Shout out to you.
Right.
Shout out to you and just kind of inviting me in and having this interview.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it. Crypto G's in the building. We out of here. Y'all tune in. Let me know what y'all think. Holla.
Hey, my name is Naya Subscribe Crypto Geezy. I know he the best in Dallas. You feel me? Y'all better subscribe and tune in. You know.
And then walk off. That's all you gotta do. Let them see. Let them see what they. There we go.
Hey, it's Jen, formerly known as Royalty DFW. I just want to shout out to Crypto Geezy. Y'all subscribe, like, and follow his page.
Hey, it's your girl Anya Monique, and I'm here to tell you that you need to go and subscribe to Crypto Geezy.
That's my dog.
We the mob, just like Goodfellas. Open her like a dresser. Gave her back, I could've kept her. She said I make her wetter. She want a cup, but I won't let her. Play about my money. Lead them boys on a stretcher. Money on my mind. I'm just trying to get my check up.